The next thing we're going to go to is our pancakes. How many people like Elvis Presley? We're going to make the king pancakes today. The only thing we're not going to have is peanut butter. Okay, that makes it, we're going to make banana pancakes. And if you want to, when we fry them, and take you some peanut butter and spread over the top of them, oh, that's wonderful. So I know we do have some Elvis fans here. You see, I've got some pre-made. I made this about 2 hours ago, and I left it sitting out, okay? The reason I did that is it helps to incorporate the flavors better. When it's cold, and you cook something from cold, it generally dampers the taste a little bit. It doesn't get as good flavor. So if it's been sitting out at room temperature, it's going to be easier to deal with and easier to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some buttermilk and some eggs, and we're going to put them in our bowl. How many people drink buttermilk straight? How many people like buttermilk and cornbread together? Oh, yeah. How many people would rather they never made buttermilk? Okay. This is not the original buttermilk, is it? No, not by far. No, ma'am. We're going to take 2 of our eggs. Used to get the butter milk and it'd have chunks of butter in it. Egg shells don't need to go in there, I promise you. We're going to take 2 eggs and we're going to put in there. And then we're going to whisk this together. Just as soon as I find my whisk. Okay, break your yolks up. You'll see it turn the yellow from the yellows of the eggs. They'll incorporate with the buttermilk. Then we're going to take our flour. We're going to take a cup of all-purpose flour. And I had a measuring cup sitting here. And that's right there. We're going to take a cup of our all-purpose flour. We're going to take our teaspoon of baking soda. Everybody know why the baking soda's lid's made the way it is? It's so you can level your spoon off as you're taking it out.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Okay. See, I taught you something after all tonight, didn't I? This is the lady that thought she knew it all. So, no. Okay. What did I say? I did not. It's on tape. They can't prove. You can prove it tonight, can't you? All right, back to our pancakes. We're going to take in a bowl, we're going to take our flour and our salt and our baking powder, and we're just going to incorporate it together. And we're going to make a well in the middle, or a hole in the middle of it. And that's what we're going to incorporate our ingredients into. So we're going to take our buttermilk mixture, and we're just going to put it in, and we're going to go around the edges and just slowly incorporate it. You want a lumpy batter, okay? When you're making pancakes, you don't want the batter to be absolutely smooth. You want there to be some lumps in it. Just go around the edges and pull it all together. How many people make pancakes from scratch? How many people use Bisquick? How many people use Aunt Jemima's complete pancake mix? There ain't nothing wrong with that, is there? There's not a thing in the world wrong with that. Next thing we're going to do is our bananas. We did not, believe it or not, when I went down to the produce department today, we did not have any extra ripe bananas. That's what I like to use. I like to use bananas that I wouldn't normally eat. I like to eat bananas like this. I like to cook banana bread and stuff with bananas that have are gone beyond the point of eating. Okay, you see the baking powder, okay? You can see it activating. You see the bubbles coming about. And what we're going to do is we're going to add our bananas in. We're just going to take 3 bananas to make about a cup of mashed bananas. And we're simply going to use a potato masher. Okay? If you've got a mixer handy and you want to mix everything up that way, you can do that. These would be great. It's a shame to use these bananas to cook with. I wanted to eat one, but I was afraid you all wouldn't like me standing up here eating a banana while I was trying to talk. So, okay, just use a potato masher. Everybody got a potato masher? Yeah, that's the thing about using them. So you're going to start off using your hands. We're going to mash them up with our hands to begin with. And there's nothing wrong with using your hands. God gave us the tools to use, didn't He? And so we're going to go ahead and do that. If you like more bananas, use more bananas. If you like cinnamon, put cinnamon in it. If you like nutmeg, use nutmeg in it. The last time I used nutmeg up here, a little lady came up to me and said, "I don't like nutmeg." And I said, "I'm sorry, but I do." So use cinnamon, use anise. How many people know what anise is? Anise's almost like a licorice. I love anise and stuff. It gives it that licorice taste to it. Now we're going to use our potato masher, and we're going to finish it off. And we're simply just going to incorporate this into our batter. Somebody's going to be eating banana pancakes in the morning at Food City, I bet, because we're going to have a lot of batter to use. And then we're just going to mix it in, and that's it. Made from scratch, homemade banana pancakes. Okay. I'm going to set this in the back, and I'm going to pull out what we made earlier. Can you see the difference in it?
Oh, yeah.
What is the difference? Color.
That was the same amount?
What do you mean? No. I made a double recipe for this, and I just showed you all how to do the single recipe. So what's going to happen when we cook these here in about 2 seconds is the bananas and everything that's in here is going to caramelize. What bananas are touching onto the skillet, they're going to caramelize a little bit. So we're going to take a little bit of oil. We're going to add it to our pan. You like to use butter? Use butter. I like to use oil to begin with and then add our butter since we've already made our butter. Add our butter on. And we're going to let our skillet heat up, and then we're going to make our pancakes. Okay, what you do, you take about a half a cup. And we're just going to spread it around. We're going to make them a little smaller.
We have peanut butter to go with them?
I was supposed to, and I failed to bring it.
What now?
I was supposed to have had a jar of peanut butter up here, and I failed to bring it. So we might have one by the time you all get back there. We'll have to wait and see. All right. I was going to make these ahead of time. I was going to have them all ready, but you know, if you make pancakes too far ahead of time, they're going to dry out. You can't keep them warm in the oven. So we're going to make a few right here and show you how they come out. And then we're going to let you all go ahead and start sampling the things that are back there. And then after you start sampling that, we'll bring you some pancakes back there to try. We're ready to flip. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can ask Miss Jessica when she comes back. When we were in here just a second ago, I said, boy, I wish I had went downstairs and got a griddle and brought up here. A griddle would have made life so much easier, wouldn't it? But that's my ill planning there. I could have had one if I had thought a little bit ahead of time. But we'll do with what we have. And you see the edges got good and brown. You can smell that banana cooking when can you smell it out there? No? The people behind you can. You need to get your sniffer fixed. It's pick on you night tonight. You didn't know that, did you? So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to let you all go ahead and sample what we have back there right now. Just real quick before you do, we're going to get some pancakes back there just as soon as we can, and we'll go ahead and take our brie back there. It is rather warm, and so we're going to let it cool down.
Is that the flat pieces of pastry that you buy?
That is the Food Club brand of pastry. And what I've done, like I said, I've laid it out. As you can see, that's why I use glass. You can see the pastry in the bottom. I just put my brie in it. I folded up the edges, and I took my other one and I crimped everything down inside there. And I cut my hole out and added my apples into there. So you can eat it on crackers. You can eat it just like it is. You can eat it like your pancakes. You can spread this on pancakes.